What's up guys, welcome to new Unreal Engine 5 tutorial, and today I'm going to show you on how to retarget in real time. It's going to be a very easy video to follow, so let's get started. But first, check out the link in the description to get awesome Unreal Engine courses on Winfox. So this method is very useful as we don't have to go ahead and convert and retarget all the individual animations one by one and then put them into new animation blueprint, etc. We can just have a character with all the animations, and then if we have another characters with a different skeleton and we want to go ahead and apply those animations, we can just create a simple IK rig, an IK retargeter, and a simple animation blueprint, and there we go. It will synchronize everything in real time, so it will basically save us a lot of time. So as you can see, I have my mixamo character over here, the generic one, and we're gonna be putting this character on top of the mannequin animations. So as you can see, I don't have any animations for this guy. So what we have to do is basically create an IK rig. Now for the mannequin, it will be already created for us if you are in 5.0, 5.1, etc. So go into mannequins, rigs, you can see that we have the IK mannequin over here. So we basically have to create this, but for a mixamo character, and it's actually pretty quick to do. I mean, you have to kind of go and select a few bones, and it's got a bit of tedious part, but honestly it's pretty quick for them what you have, which is unlimited animations and all characters, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and do so. Now of course, if you're not going to be using the mannequin and you're going to be using another character to get your animations from, you will need to go ahead and create an IK for it as well. Anyway, let's start with the mixamo. Let's go here, right click, go into animation, we're gonna go into IK rig, and then an IK rig. We're gonna go ahead and select the mixamo character, which is just this one, of course, IK rig, IKR, and then mixamo. Let's go ahead and open this guy up and put it over here. All right, so first of all, what we have to do is go ahead and basically make a lot of chain bones. So what are chain bones? Well, basically we can just have a collection of different bones in our hierarchy, and then say for example all this will be the spine, and then Unreal Engine with its new 5.0 capabilities on retargeting, it will kind of individually detect which ones are and merge them together. Okay, so it's much more effective. So first of all, we have to select our hips, then right click and set the retarget root. Normally it will be the one that is on top of everything, right? Okay, so now what we can do is go and start creating the bone chains. So just go ahead, select the first spine over here, and then go into the last spine, and then right click and say new retarget chain from selected bones, and it will actually autofill a name for us, which is spine, which is exactly what we want. You can say okay, and then no go, and now we have the first chain over here, which goes from this spine to this spine too. And then later on in the IK retargeter, Unreal Engine will detect both chain bones from the IK rig from the mannequin, and then this IK rig, and because they have the same name or pretty much the same name, it will match them together, and it's very, very effective and very fast to do so, and very easy, of course. So now let's go ahead and get the head. So just get the neck, head, and then right click, new retard chain, and then okay, the head, there we go, no go. Now we can go from the left shoulder into the left hand, right click, new chain, left arm, perfect, no go. Let's go ahead and do for all the fingers. Let's go and start with the thumb. So the first thumb to the last thumb, right click, new chain, and then in here we actually have to change it into left thumb. So sometimes it will not completely complete the name, but it's okay for us. Go ahead, and for now we're only gonna be making this change without any go, so always click a no go. Okay, let's do the same with the index, and let's go ahead and put the name over here, index. Of course, if you have a different hierarchy, it might be a bit different for you, but it's pretty much the same thing. You have to do the spine, the head, the arm, all the fingers, you know what I mean. It's the same process, even though it might be a bit different for you depending on what character and skeleton hierarchy you're using, but it is still the same thing. You just fill up a lot of chains with, well, the fingers, the arms, etc. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the thing. All right, let's go ahead and put the pinky over here. There we go, that's the last finger on here. There we go, no go as always. and then we can go into the right arm. So from right shoulder into the right hand, right click, new chain, and right arm. Great, no go. Then the right thumb, let's go ahead, new chain. Well, you don't have to change this one into right thumb. Let's go ahead and click OK. Then the index, right, new chain, index over here. Okay, no go. Then the middle one, right click, new chain. Let's go ahead, middle. There we go. Okay, no go. And ring. And new chain. There you go. Ring. And okay, no go. It's kind of a tedious process, but it's pretty quick. I'm already pretty much finished, you know. New chain, and then the pinky. Alright, there we go. Okay, no go. And then from here to the end, this will be our chain, left leg. Okay, no go. And then the same with the right click, new chain, right leg, and then no go. Great, let's go ahead and save, and you can see that we have a whole list of our chains over here. Of course, if you ever don't see one of these windows, you can just go into window and then find them here, like a retargeter and the hierarchy, etc. Alright, so now that we have our IK rig for our mixamo character, it will be great for us because now we can create an IK retargeter. And because our mannequin already had for us created this IK rig, well, we don't have to create another one for the mannequin. So yeah, of course, if you're using another character that is not a mannequin and you want to basically copy and retarget all the animations in real time from it as well, you need to go ahead and create a new IK retargeter, but follow the same steps as we did with the mixamo one. Anyway, let's go back into, I'm gonna go to the mixamo retargeter and right click, go to animation, IK rig, and then create the IK retargeter. Now, the one that you have selected over here will be the base pose. So basically, where you want to copy and retarget the animations from. So in our case, it will be the mannequin, because we want to go ahead and use this as the base and get all the animations in real time and then copy them into mixamo. Of course, this method also works until now of what we're doing, also works for individually retargeting and not in real time. But you know, I'm gonna continue using real time because it's more the purpose of this tutorial. But anyways, we want to select the IK mannequin. So let's go ahead and put a nice name. So IK retargeter, and then normally in here you want to go ahead and put underscore, and then the base one, which is mannequin, and then another underscore, and then 2, and then the skeleton that you want to go ahead and retarget to. In our case, it will be in mixamo. So IK retargeter mannequin to mixamo. Of course, doesn't matter which name you use, but I just recommend to use kind of this name. So now you can see our mannequin over here, and you can see that this is the source IK rig, which is what we want. Now we want to select a target, so just go ahead and select here and go into mixamo. And there we go. We can see our mixamo character that just appeared on here, perfectly in this pose. So maybe for you, I don't know, it should be the same, but if you're using another character, maybe the preview is a bit different, and you can change this on here. So you can change the target and source. So for example, you can change the height, so maybe it was up here, you can adjust it so it's at the same size as your character. Maybe it was a bit to the left or right. You can go ahead and tune this in for the target and source. So what we have to do is basically put them exactly overlapping each other, because now we need to edit the mixamo's pose in order to match the mannequin pose, so it can retarget perfectly, because if not, we will have some problems. Now, probably if you did your IK rig correctly, there will not be any issue, but just in case, go ahead and revise the chain mapping, and we just want to make sure that each of them match. And you can see that pretty much, yeah, everything matches over here. These are the chains that we created earlier for the target and the source. So for mannequins, IK rig, and the mixamo IK rig, and you can see it's very, very useful because it will automatically match them all up, and it is a very fast and effective way of doing so because we don't have to do one by one bone. This is just a collection of different bones, so it's incredible. This new retargeted system in Unreal Engine 5 is awesome. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. So now we need to basically go ahead and edit the mixamo's pose. So we're gonna go ahead into this section over here. I want to select the target as is the mixamo one, and then if you want, you can create a new pose, right? And here create a new one, but I'm gonna just edit directly the default pose. I don't see any way any reason of creating a new one. Okay, so let's go ahead and say edit mode, and now we have to go ahead and select our left shoulder. Let's start with the left shoulder. So basically this, I mean, it will kind of depend on which characters you have and the poses and stuff, but if you're following the same workflow as me, we kind of have to put this a bit down, and then the left arm a bit down as well, and rotate it. Maybe I'm not the best one of exactly matching their bones, but you kind of just have to find your way like this kind of thing. That's pretty good, I guess. All right, I think that will be okay for us. Now let's do the same with the right shoulder, and go ahead and rotate it. Get the left arm rotated. Okay, yeah, I guess like that. Then the forearm like this, and like this, and like this, and like this. Yeah, okay. Well, it's not exactly like the left arm, but kind of very similar. So yeah, I mean, you probably should spend more time perfecting this and making it perfect, but this is a quick tutorial to just showcase you, so I think this is fine. So then we can just click again edit mode, and it will stay in that pose. Wow, I didn't like that. This angle was very... wait a second. Let's get the right arm. Can I put it? No, I mean, it was fine. The right shoulders, go ahead and drop it down. All right, and then the left arm. Okay, I think that's more like the other one. Anyway, this is just tuning in with a lot of time. Okay, so now we can press again edit mode, and we'll go ahead and go out. Go ahead and save, and then we want to go into the asset browser, and then we can preview our animations in real time, going ahead and retargeting. So if you don't see this window, you can just go into window, and then asset browser, right? And of course you can do the same with any of these windows over here, as well as details, and chain mapping, etc. All right, so now if we go ahead and double click in one animation, you will see how it starts to retarget, and you can test it with whatever animations you want, and you can see that for most part everything is retargeting pretty well. I guess the only difference will be kind of the arms, which is what we touched, and honestly, if we match them a bit better, it will be in a better position, but I think for now this will be a bit better. So I think we're gonna go ahead and continue that. If I see later on that it's a bit too wonky, we'll edit it real quick, but I think we can continue like this. Of course, you want to go ahead and make it more similar to your source target. But now we can see that everything is running pretty well and smoothly. So we can go ahead and just save, and then we can go ahead and close this. All right, so now how we can go ahead and now place that character in our mannequin, and then use that IK rig and retargeter. Well, what we want to do is create an animation blueprint, but don't worry, because we only need to add one node. So it's not like creating a whole locomotion now again. No, that's why it's so fast. It's just creating a node. So let's go ahead and right click, go to animation blueprint, and then select the mixamo character, which is the one that we want to retarget to, and then create, and then ABP underscore mixamo, and then go ahead and open this guy up. And in some seconds, come on, load. And now there we go, just put it over here, and now we just need to go into the NM graph. All right, and then from the result, just go ahead and get this and say retarget pose from mesh. This is the node. So now we can go ahead and select it, and then choose the IK retargeter, which the one that we have just created is mannequin to mixamo. So let's go ahead and use that one. And now we can just go ahead and compile and save, and we don't have to do anything more in the animation blueprint. It's as that easy. Now make sure that you have use attached parent ticked on, because that's important. It will be automatically on, but just in case, because that's how it will detect which is the mesh that it wants to get its animations from. All right, so now we can go ahead and close this, and then we can go ahead and open our third person character blueprint. All right, we go, or whatever character blueprint you're using, of course. All right, so now we can go into the viewport, just preview, and now what we have to do is go ahead and select the mesh, and then go ahead and add another skeleton mesh, which will be our mixamo character. So it's very important, again, that is child of the mesh. If now you can just go ahead and drag it in, and like this, and it will be the child, because again, like restart in that node in the animation blueprint, it has to be the parent, the one that we want to retard from. So let's go ahead and select the mixamo, and then in there we're gonna go ahead and find our mixamo character, and then we want to go ahead and get the ending class to be the one that we have created, which is ABP, so if I spell it right, mixamo. And now you can see that the animations are retargeting. Let's go ahead and compile save. Now maybe for some reason you don't see them already retargeting. It could be, you know, many things. First of all, it can be that you made an error in the process. Well, second of all is that sometimes it has happened to me, it just doesn't update in the viewport, but then later on when I press play, it actually goes ahead and matches. Okay, so if you don't see the animations matching, just go ahead and press play. It might be that. Anyway, so if I press play, you will see that, well, the animations are matching. I can go ahead and move around, jump, etc., and everything is going so cool. I mean, this is awesome. Now what we want to do is go ahead and make the mannequin not visible. So if we go and select the mannequin and then go into visibility and disable and compile and then press play, you will see that we have a problem. And is that now it's no longer going ahead and following the animations. This is because it had the way that Unreal does it, it needs to be visible. So what I found real quick to do, like a way of doing so, I go to my animation folder here. You just go ahead and create a new material, m_invisible. Yeah, it might not be the best way, honestly, but it's honestly a quick way of just making sure it's invisible. Let's go ahead and open it. The blend mode will be transparent, translucent, no, yeah, I just translucent, yeah. And then just get the, just hold one and left click and then put this into the opacity with a value 0. Now it will be completely invisible. So now we can go ahead and apply, save. I just wait a few seconds, close it. Now select the mannequin mesh, and now we can go into the element 0 and find invisible, and then element 2. Okay, if it lets me, invisible. And there we go. Now it's no longer visible. As you can see, it's a quick workaround, maybe not the best one, but look, it works. Okay, there we go. So now we can go ahead and have only, oh my god, that was lagged there. All right, so now we can go ahead and have our character going ahead and running around with mixamo animations, and it looks honestly so cool. It looks really cool, and all these are retargeting in real time, so we didn't have to, you know, retarget all the animations one by one and create a new animation blueprint with all the locomotion and graphs and etc. directly working just from copying the source post. Of course, you can go ahead and edit a bit the post so it will align better, I guess, the arms and stuff, but overall you can see how it kind of worked. Also real quick, as you can see, the IK foot is also working, so there you go. Of course, maybe you have to touch a bit the alignment of the feet, but it is working. So yeah guys, if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, I would really appreciate you could like the video and subscribe to my channel. I have lots of Unreal Engine 5 tutorials, so if you want to go ahead and check them out, go ahead. And with all that said, I have just opened my Discord server, so if you go ahead and want to join, you can talk with other devs as well as me, ask questions, showcase your work, etc. and more. So link in the description. And now yes, with all that said, bye bye.